Finding Tongchai Jaidi practicing his game on a golf course in Thailand is no unusual sight. When we find the 5-time European Tour champion firing golf balls onto an island green, we know he can only be at one Thai golf layout. Amata Spring Country Club has quickly established a reputation as one of the country's top golfing scenes, and it's not just its challenging reputation that's been important in its success.
We were the home of the Royal Trophy. The first Royal Trophy was in January 2006, the inaugural event, Asia versus Europe, which Europe won. But fantastic experience, and it's really a treat to see the Westwood and people like that walking down your fairway. I mean, this is quite a treat.
And it's fitting that some of the world's best players have enjoyed a layout that was designed by an architect with a world-class pedigree.
Lee Schmidt of Schmidt Curley Design. Lee used to work for Jack Nicklaus years back. It's a great design. It's not an easy course, but it is a great design. We play over 7,400 from the tips, so this is a long course. There's over 80 bunkers, and that water's 20 meters deep, so you lose it in there, you've lost it.
We'll get straight out on the course now and begin our tour with a hole that always proves a real challenge.
The fourth hole is our toughest hole. I mean, this is handicap index 1, and for good reason. You've got a creek, or klong, as we say in Thailand, running through before the green. And it's a difficult choice. Depending on how hard you hit the ball, you may want to lay up or hit a 3 or a 5 rather than your driver, because you could end up in the water. You're not going to make the green. The other problem is there's fairway bunkers straight ahead. You got to push it over the bunkers to come up close and take a short shot into the green. So very difficult hole. And the green moves. The green's got a lot of movement. So where you're laying it in is going to determine just, is it 2 putts or is it 3?
It doesn't take long to form the impression that Amata Spring provided a great test for the Royal Trophy. The course is picturesque, but you'll need your A game come the 8th hole.
That's a long par 3, and in the wintertime, you're into the wind. Even the Royal Trophy, they did not play from the backs on that hole. You've got to cross the water from the backs. So you're crossing water, and then you've got a green that's really 2 elevations. It's really got quite a plateau effect, two tiers on it, and depending on where the flag sits. And then you've got those 2 very deep pot bunkers in the front right. So if you're short and you're in those bunkers, you're looking at a chip out of very deep bunkers to the green, but if you go past, you're into the water. So,
So is a layup ever a choice for the selection of club members?
No, go for it. No, our members, we have a lot of good golfers here. These are very good single handicap golfers here as members, and they're going right for it.
Next to 9, and it's quite a backdrop.
9's a sweet hole, maybe because you start up, the tee boxes start up, and then you're down to the fairway, and then you back up to the green. From the tee box, you get to see everything, and that's a sweet, very sweet situation.
We'll stop by the impressive clubhouse now, and a selection of photographs help tell the story of the club's history.
We hosted the first LPGA event in Thailand's history. The LPGA is committed to Thailand for 5 years, and we were the first club to host that first of the 5 years.
And there are also several portraits of interest when you step inside the premier restaurant at Amata, Decoto.
Here at the club we have 2 restaurants, one all-day dining, and here we have this beautiful Italian restaurant, which actually is a little bit the place for our member, because our food and beverage facility, they are open also for the public, while the golf course is strictly for members.
And it's fitting that one of the many portraits holds special significance, the late great Sevi Ballesteros.
He's invented the Royal Trophy. It was discussed long time to have Europe against Asia, and our owner decided to bring over the Royal Trophy to Amata. He's a fantastic person, very motivated, and he come here to win.
The facilities to tune up your game at Amata are amongst the best in Asia. Along with the 32-bay floodlit driving range, there's a complete chipping and putting area, which members have at their full disposal. We head back out on the course now to the back 9, and there's one hole that's on everyone's mind the moment they arrive at Amata Spring.
17's amazing. 17's a true floating green. It sits in 20 meters of water. It's on Anchor Road, Anchor Chain. It's not an island, it's a floating green. It's only the 2nd in the world, the only one in Asia. It'll move a good 15, 20 meters depending on wind direction. So the wind will push it this way, like today, and in the winter it'll push it back closer to the tee box. Catch your attention out there. It's the only course I manage where I have sailors on my staff, because we run the boats, obviously, to and from.
And the chance of a first-timer at Amata actually getting the ball on the floating surface?
The green is actually fairly easy landing. It's got a little bit of rough around it just to protect you from rolling off. It's the biggest green on the course, but when you look at all that water surrounding it, and that's 20 meters deep, that water, yeah, it plays with your head.
Last stop, 18, and it's the perfect finish for the host of tournament play at Amata.
18's a great hole. I mean, this is, you're teeing off with the water just off to your left, and fairway shot lands you pretty good shapes. It's not the widest fairway. It's probably one of the more narrow fairways, but it's a straight shot, and then the green sits there and is nicely backdropped with water and the waterfall and water on the left. And the green has quite a bit of movement in it. So it's a great finishing hole. And the way the clubhouse tears up behind it, it's fantastic for a tournament.
And no tour of Amata would be complete without a stop by the real estate development. The cool surroundings, an ideal place to escape the heat and enjoy the atmosphere.
We have two real estate developments associated with the club. We have a custom land area where we have plots where people buy the lot and then design and build their own home. And then we have the 50 golf villas that are designed along a Palm Springs kind of architectural approach. All have wonderful views of the golf course and over 340 square meters in each villa. They're Palm Springs style design, very nicely done. Just a really nice, relaxing setting over one of the best golf courses in Thailand. It's a nice setup.
And with the combination of an idyllic Thai setting and a dramatic layout, it's easy to see why Amata Spring has hosted many of Asia's most prestigious events.